Hello, English learners. Welcome back to LifeTalk English. I'm Nico.
And I'm Elisa.
So, picture this. You walk into a meeting room filled with colleagues and maybe a few people you've never met before. Everyone's got their coffee, someone's adjusting the projector, and you suddenly think, what should I say first?
Exactly. Do I go with, hey, everyone, or good morning, ladies and gentlemen? It's tricky, right?
Oh, yeah. Today's all about how to sound fluent and confident at the start of a business meeting.
We'll talk about greetings, small talk, introductions, and how to set the right tone so people instantly feel comfortable with you.
Liking what you hear? Hit that like button and subscribe to join us for more.
And tell us in the comments, what's your biggest challenge in English meetings? We'd love to hear your stories.
Now, settle in, maybe grab a notebook or just relax with your headphones on, and let's ease into today's English journey together. So, Elisa, what's the number one mistake people make when they walk into a meeting in English?
Oh, easy. Being too formal. Many learners think they need to sound like a robot. Good morning, esteemed colleagues. It is a great honor.
Yeah, unless you're at the United Nations, that's too much.
Exactly. In most modern offices, a friendly but respectful, hi everyone, nice to see you all, works perfectly.
That's right. And if it's your first time joining the meeting, you can add something like, I'm Elisa from the marketing team. Glad to be here today. Simple, natural, confident. Let's try a quick role play.
Okay, who am I?
You're the new project coordinator joining a weekly meeting.
All right. Hi everyone, I'm Elisa. It's my first week here, and I'm really excited to work with you all.
Nice. And I'll be the manager. Welcome, Elisa. Great to have you with us. Today, we're discussing the next product launch.
That already feels friendly and natural.
See? No fancy words, just warmth and clarity.
You know, small talk before the meeting starts is another great opportunity.
Oh, yes. You might comment on the weather, classic but effective, or something positive like, I love how organized this meeting room is.
As long as you don't say, wow, it's freezing in here.
True. Keep it light. You could also say, how's your week going so far? Or did everyone survive Monday?
Did everyone survive Monday? I'm stealing that.
Now, let's give our listeners a few handy meeting openers. Good morning, everyone. Shall we get started? Hi, all. Hope you're doing well today. Let's begin with a quick update before we dive in.
That's so useful. Each one is friendly, confident, and sets a good tone.
Now, here's another tip. Tone matters more than vocabulary. You can say something very simple, but if your tone is warm and steady, it sounds professional.
Oh, yes. Like if you mumble, hi, everyone, without eye contact, it feels awkward. But if you smile and make brief eye contact, even on Zoom, people instantly respect you.
Speaking of Zoom, let's not forget virtual meetings.
Oh, yeah. For online meetings, start with, can everyone hear me okay? Or, thanks for joining on time. I really appreciate it. It shows respect and leadership.
Here's a fun mini role play for that.
Okay, I'll be the host. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining the call. Before we start, can you all hear me clearly?
Yes, loud and clear.
That's always the first line in every online meeting.
Every single time.
Okay, so we've covered greetings and small talk. What about body language?
Ah, great question. First impressions aren't just words. It's posture, eye contact, your smile.
Totally. If you sit upright, nod when others talk, and keep your phone away, you already look professional.
Exactly. I always tell learners, your English can be 80% perfect, but your body language makes it feel 100% confident.
That's so true. I once met a manager who barely said anything, but his calm smile made everyone feel relaxed. Now, let's do a quick cultural note here.
Oh, yes. Cultural differences in greetings.
In the US or Europe, a handshake or even a wave is common. In Japan, a small bow shows respect. In many Arab countries, people might exchange polite words before getting to business.
So the lesson, observe and adapt. Be respectful, but don't overthink it.
Elisa, do you remember that time you joined a new team meeting and accidentally called your boss buddy?
Oh, no, don't remind me. I said, "Hey, buddy, good to see you." And everyone laughed.
Yeah, maybe a bit too friendly.
That's a good example, though. English greetings are flexible, but in a business setting, it's safer to stay neutral. Say, "Hi, James," instead of, "Hey, buddy."
Right. You can always adjust once you know the team vibe. Now, let's give our listeners a quick self-practice tip.
Okay.
Before your next meeting, practice a short 10-second intro, your name, your role, and one friendly sentence. For example, "Hi, I'm Nico, part of the training team. I'm really looking forward to hearing everyone's updates today."
That's perfect. Friendly, confident, and short.
And if you're nervous, remember, most people are too busy thinking about their own introductions to judge yours.
Exactly. Everyone is secretly thinking, "Don't mess up my turn. Don't mess up my turn."
Totally.
So let's recap what we've covered so far.
Sure. We learned how to greet naturally, make small talk, and show confidence through tone and body language.
And remember, it's not about perfect grammar. It's about being friendly, respectful, and clear.
In our next section, we'll move from introductions to sharing your ideas clearly and naturally.
Oh, I love that part where we learn to say what we really mean in meetings without sounding too shy or too pushy.
Stay tuned for that.
So, Elisa, let's say you've survived the introductions. You've smiled, said hi, and everyone settled down. Now comes the scary part, sharing your ideas.
Oh, yes. That moment when your manager says, "So, what do you think?" And your brain just goes blank.
Exactly. Many English learners freeze because they're worried about grammar or sounding smart enough. But in meetings, clarity matters more than perfect grammar.
Totally. You don't need fancy vocabulary. You need structure.
Well said. Today, let's practice how to express your thoughts naturally, politely, and with confidence.
Let's start with a real-life scene. You're in a meeting about a new marketing plan, and your boss says, "Any suggestions?"
Okay, I'll be the learner this time. I could say, maybe we should try something different.
Not bad, but let's make it stronger. I'd like to suggest trying a different approach for our campaign.
Ah, more professional and complete.
Right. The pattern, "I'd like to suggest," or "I think we could," makes your idea sound polite but confident.
So, I'd like to suggest adding a short video to the social media plan. That's Fluent, right?
Perfect.
Let's make a quick list of useful meeting phrases for sharing ideas. What if I was thinking we could, maybe it would help if I'd like to add, one idea might be,
These are golden. They show that you're participating, not just sitting quietly.
right. And when you use what if or maybe, it sounds like a suggestion, not a demand. Very polite.
Exactly. It invites others to think with you, not against you. Let's do another role play.
Sure.
You're in a team meeting about improving customer service.
Got it. I was thinking we could send a short feedback form after each customer call to understand their experience better.
That's excellent. Clear, specific, polite.
See how it's not just an idea, it's a mini plan.
Right. People listen more when you show you've thought it through.
Here's another small trick. Use linking phrases to make your ideas sound fluent.
Oh, like firstly, on top of that, or as a result.
Exactly. But keep it natural. You can also use casual transitions like, so, actually, or the thing is.
I love the thing is. It makes you sound real, not robotic.
True. The thing is, we don't have enough data yet. Sounds more natural than, firstly, the data is insufficient.
Let's have a mini fluency exercise.
Okay.
Say your opinion about remote work. Naturally.
Personally, I think remote work helps people stay focused, but it can also make communication slower.
Beautiful balance. You gave both sides.
That's another point. In meetings, show that you see both sides. It makes you sound thoughtful.
Yes. Use phrases like on one hand and on the other hand.
Here's something advanced learners sometimes miss: supporting your idea.
Oh, yes, the why part.
Exactly. Don't just say, we should do this. Add a reason. We should try shorter meetings because people focus better in shorter sessions.
That's so true. It turns your idea into a solution, not just an opinion. But what if your English is not fluent enough to say long sentences?
Great question. Then use short ones. You can still sound professional with simple English.
Example?
I agree with the plan. It's simple and effective.
Right. And to add, you can say, maybe we can test it first. That's fluent, short, and confident. You know what else helps? Using softeners, words that make your speech more polite.
Like maybe, perhaps, or a bit.
Exactly. Instead of saying, that idea is bad, say, maybe we could improve it a bit.
That's a lifesaver in meetings. No one likes the blunt one.
Yeah, unless you want to sound like the boss's worst nightmare.
Okay, let's throw in a realistic dialogue for listeners to practice with, sharing ideas in a meeting.
Manager. So, any thoughts on how to increase sales this quarter?
I was thinking we could add a loyalty program for repeat customers.
That's interesting. Maybe we could also send monthly offers to regular buyers.
Good point. On top of that, we could use customer data to personalize the discounts.
Great teamwork, guys.
That flow is what we want: polite, natural, cooperative.
Notice how we didn't say, I disagree or you're wrong. We just added on.
Right, and that's the secret to fluent business English: collaboration, not competition.
Let's talk culture again for a second. In Western business culture, it's okay to share your ideas even if they're not perfect.
Totally. People value participation over perfection.
But in some cultures, people wait until the boss speaks.
True. If that's your environment, you can start small. Ask gentle questions like, would it be okay if I shared an idea?
That's polite and confident at the same time.
One final note before we move on.
Yeah?
Don't overuse filler words like like, you know. They can make you sound unsure.
Agreed. But a few of them are fine. They make you sound human.
Exactly. Balance it. You're not a robot, but you're not lost either.
So, what did we learn today?
We learned how to share ideas clearly, politely, and with confidence.
And how to use short, simple patterns like, I think we could, or what if we tried?
In the next section, we'll take it up a notch: agreeing and disagreeing politely during meetings.
Ooh, the tricky one.
Yep, it's where your English manners really show.
Can't wait.
Okay, so now you've shared your idea at the meeting. But here's the real test. What happens when someone else shares theirs and you don't quite agree?
Oh, the silent panic moment. You're nodding politely, but your brain's screaming, that's not going to work.
Exactly. Today, we'll learn how to agree and disagree politely, and how to build consensus like a fluent professional.
Let's start easy. Nico, what's the best way to agree in a meeting?
Well, you don't always need to say, I agree. There are friendlier, more natural ways. For example, that's a great point. I completely agree with you. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I couldn't agree more.
Nice. And you can also add to the idea instead of stopping there. Like, I completely agree. And maybe we can also try...
Perfect. That's how real teamwork sounds.
Okay, now the harder part, disagreeing.
Yep, and this is where many learners get nervous. They think disagreement sounds rude, but in English, it's all about tone and phrasing.
Right, you can totally disagree and still sound polite or even kind.
Let's give some examples. I see what you mean, but maybe we could look at it another way. That's an interesting point. I wonder if there's another option. I'm not sure I completely agree. Perhaps we can test it first.
Those are gold. You're showing respect and sharing your view.
Let's test it in a quick role play.
Oh, love this part. Okay, you've proposed something, and I'll disagree politely.
I think we should cut the meeting time to 15 minutes.
I see where you're coming from, but maybe 15 minutes is a bit too short. How about 30 instead?
Excellent. You didn't reject my idea, you built on it.
That's what I call soft disagreement.
You can also use tone tricks, like adding words like maybe, or a bit, or possibly.
Yeah, that might be a bit difficult, sounds much softer than that's difficult.
Or saying, I'm not sure about that, instead of that's wrong.
Yeah, that second one might end your career quickly.
Another secret? Smile. Even on Zoom.
Totally! A warm tone plus a small smile turns disagreement into discussion.
I once worked with someone who always said, that's a cool idea. Can I challenge it for a second?
That's genius. You sound confident and open-minded.
It's such a professional way to say, let's think deeper.
You know what else? In English meetings, people respect honest disagreement.
Absolutely. In many cultures, saying no feels rude, but in English-speaking offices, it shows engagement as long as you're polite.
Right. It means you care about the result. You're thinking critically.
So if your boss says, we should double the budget, you can reply, I see your point, but I'm a bit concerned about the costs. Maybe we can start smaller.
Polite, logical, professional.
Let's give our listeners some ready-made disagreement phrases they can steal.
Love it. Here's a quick list. I'm not sure that would work in our situation. I see your point, but maybe there's another option. I think we might be missing one detail here. That's an interesting idea, though I have a slightly different view. Perhaps we could test it before deciding.
Excellent. All soft, respectful, and totally natural.
Now, sometimes you're not 100% sure. You half agree.
Oh, the yes, but zone.
Exactly. You can say things like, I agree to some extent, but... You're right, though I think that makes sense. However...
That's perfect for teamwork. You support the idea, but still guide the direction. Manager says, so should we move the product launch to next month?
I see the logic, but I'm a bit worried about losing momentum. Maybe 2 weeks later would be safer.
That's a good point. I agree with Elisa. A short delay could give marketing more time to prepare. All right, let's finalize the new date together.
That's how Fluent Business English works. It's not yes or no, it's let's find the best solution.
Exactly. You're not arguing, you're building ideas together.
Let's sneak in a cultural tip again. In American or European offices, open disagreement is often seen as healthy.
But in Asian workplaces, it's better to disagree indirectly.
Oh, yes. For example, instead of saying, I disagree, you can say, I'm not sure that fits our local market.
Same meaning, softer delivery. Always adapt to the culture.
Here's a little joke. Once I said in a meeting, that's not true, and the room went silent.
Oh, no.
I quickly corrected myself. Sorry, I mean, that might not apply in our case. Everyone smiled again.
English manners save the day.
Let's wrap this section with a self-practice challenge.
Yes. Learners, next time you hear someone's idea, practice 3 levels. 1, agree fully. That's a great idea. 2, partially agree. You're right, though maybe we could also. 3, disagree softly. I see your point, but perhaps there's another way.
That's perfect real-life English.
So today we learned how to agree, disagree, and keep meetings friendly.
And how polite disagreement actually makes you sound more fluent, not rude.
Coming up next, we'll face something even trickier: interruptions and staying professional.
Oh, I can't wait. I've had so many awkward moments trying to interrupt politely.
Yep, this one's gonna be fun.
You know, Elisa, one of the hardest moments in any meeting is when someone interrupts you right in the middle of a brilliant thought.
Oh, totally. It throws you off, doesn't it? You're in your flow, then suddenly, boom, someone jumps in with their idea.
Exactly. And sometimes they don't even realize they've done it. But how you handle that moment can really show your professionalism.
Absolutely. Staying calm is the key. You can't let your face go all serious or your tone sound hurt. Just smile and hold your space a little.
Right. Instead of snapping, you can say something like, "That's an interesting point. Let me just finish my idea quickly." It's polite, but firm.
I like that. Or, if I could just finish my thought, it tells people you're not angry, you just want your fair turn.
Let's try a little scene. I'll be the one talking, and you interrupt me.
Okay, ready.
So I think our next product launch should focus more on short-form videos because
Oh, but what about our email campaign? That worked great last quarter.
that's a good point, Elisa. Let me finish this idea, and then we can compare both.
Perfect. You sounded calm, confident, not defensive. That's exactly what we need in business English. Assertive politeness.
And tone matters more than words. Even a polite phrase can sound rude if your voice is sharp.
True. Sometimes learners worry about finding the right sentence, but it's really the music of your voice that keeps things respectful.
Nicely said. Okay, let's flip it. Sometimes you need to interrupt someone. Maybe they're off topic or you just have a quick point. How do we do that without sounding like a bulldozer?
Yeah, that's tricky. I usually start soft, like, sorry to jump in, but can I add something quickly? It's like knocking before entering a room.
I love that metaphor. You're not barging in, you're giving a gentle signal.
Exactly. And even a small word like sorry can make a big difference. You're showing respect before taking your turn.
Let's try that out. You talk, and I'll interrupt politely.
Sure. So the client mentioned they want a completely new design for the homepage and
Sorry to interrupt, Elisa, but before we go too far, can we confirm the budget first?
nice. That sounded urgent, but still kind. See, listeners, this is what fluency looks like. Balance between confidence and care.
And timing matters. Wait for a short pause or a breath before jumping in. It feels smoother.
Yes. If you cut someone mid-sentence, it sounds rough. But if you slide in at a tiny break, it feels natural.
You know, this reminds me of how good leaders handle meetings. They're like traffic lights, making sure people take turns.
I love that image. Okay, green light for you, red for now. But seriously, if you're leading a meeting, you can guide things with gentle phrases.
Like, let's hear from Elisa first, then Raj. Or, one at a time, please. I want to catch everyone's ideas. It keeps the flow respectful.
And it saves time, because constant interruptions waste energy. People repeat themselves, and the meeting drags on.
So true. The smoother the flow, the more productive it feels.
Another mistake I see learners make is staying silent when interrupted. They just stop talking completely.
Yeah, that can make you look uncertain or less confident, even if you had a great idea.
Exactly. Instead, take a small breath, smile, and say, "Just a moment, let me finish that thought." It shows you value your contribution.
The opposite mistake is reacting too strongly, like saying, "Don't interrupt me." That's way too direct in English.
Right. Even your culture accepts that. In English business settings, it sounds harsh. You can soften it with tone or phrasing.
For example, instead of "stop interrupting," you could say, "Let me just finish explaining," or "I'll wrap this up quickly."
Those sound natural and still professional. You're not pushing people away, you're inviting them to listen.
You know what else helps? Active listening. When someone interrupts, sometimes they just misunderstood you. If you let them speak for 10 seconds, then respond calmly, you actually build trust.
That's true. English fluency isn't about controlling every word, it's about keeping connection.
Exactly. You can even use acknowledgement phrases to smooth things over, like, "That's a good point," "I see what you mean," or "Interesting thought. Let me add to that."
Those little bridges make your English sound natural and diplomatic.
Let's do one more quick example, like a real meeting.
Okay, you start.
So, according to last month's data, our biggest growth came from the younger audience, which means,
Sorry to jump in, but do we have numbers for that?
great question, Elisa. Let me finish the overview, then I'll show the stats.
Perfect. You kept control, but you also praised my question. Smooth and respectful.
And that tone, calm, almost friendly, is what keeps meetings productive instead of tense.
You know, sometimes interruptions happen just because people are excited. I do it when I get new ideas.
True. Enthusiasm is good. It shows you care. The trick is managing it so others still feel heard.
So maybe a leader could say, "Let's take turns," or "Hold that thought. I really want to hear it next."
Beautiful phrasing. Short, clear, warm.
If listeners practice these lines, they'll notice meetings feel smoother, even when everyone's talking a lot.
And they'll sound fluent because fluent English isn't fast English. It's balanced, patient, controlled.
I love that. Fluent doesn't mean fast, it means flowing.
Exactly. And your confidence comes from politeness, not from volume.
So let's recap quickly. When someone interrupts you, breathe, smile, and reclaim your point with gentle firmness.
And when you interrupt, start soft, show respect, keep it short.
Tone over words, connection over control.
Nicely wrapped up, Elisa. I think you just modeled the perfect meeting close right there.
I didn't even mean to. Speaking of which, are we ready to wrap up our own meeting?
Yes, let's do it. In our next section, we'll show how to actually end meetings smoothly. Summaries, follow-ups, and those little final phrases that make you sound like a pro.
Can't wait for that. And listeners, remember, next time someone interrupts you, see it as a chance to practice your calm English voice.
That's the best kind of fluency test.
Exactly.
All right, shall we move to the last section?
Let's go.
All right, everyone, we're almost at the end of today's meeting. Before we wrap up, let's quickly go over what we've covered.
Yes, summarizing is one of the most important parts of a meeting. It helps everyone stay on the same page and know exactly what comes next.
Absolutely. Whether it's a small team catch-up or a big client meeting, you need to know how to summarize clearly, assign next steps, and close professionally.
Let's start with the first part, summarizing discussions. A good summary doesn't have to be long. Just hit the key points.
Right. For example, you could say, "Let's recap what we discussed today." To summarize, we agreed on 3 main actions. Before we finish, here's a quick overview of today's decisions.
Nice. Those are clear and confident phrases.
And after that, you can list the key points, like this. We decided to move the product launch to next month. Sarah will handle the design updates. I'll contact the supplier by Friday.
Simple, direct, and professional. One tip, use the present tense when you summarize. We decide. Sarah handles eye contact, even though it's about the future. It makes your summary sound more definite and confident.
Oh, that's a great grammar tip. So instead of we will send, it's better to say we send the report tomorrow.
Exactly. It's called the present simple for scheduled actions, and it's super common in business English.
Exercise. Real meeting example.
Okay, let's imagine we're in a marketing team meeting. We've already discussed the campaign, and now we're wrapping up.
I'll be the team leader.
And I'll play the marketing assistant. Let's go.
All right, everyone, we're almost out of time. Let's do a quick summary before we finish. So first, we agreed that the new campaign will focus on video ads instead of banners.
Right. And I'll prepare the first video concept by next Tuesday.
Perfect. And Raj will analyze last quarter's engagement data. Finally, we'll review everything together next Thursday morning.
Sounds good. Should I also prepare the Instagram story samples?
That would be great, yes. Please include those too.
Okay, no problem.
All right, then. Thank you, everyone, for your time and effort today. Let's stay in touch over Slack in case anything changes.
Thanks, Nico. Talk to you next week. That was a good example. Short, clear, and professional.
Notice that I didn't use any complicated language. I just summarized the main decisions and assigned follow-up tasks.
And you also ended on a positive note. Thanks, everyone. Talk to you next week. That's a nice way to close a meeting naturally.
Common mistakes in meeting closings. Yeah, sometimes people just end with, okay, bye, or that's it. That sounds abrupt or even a little rude.
True. It's better to use a friendly but formal closing. Here are a few examples. Thanks, everyone. Great work today. Let's keep up the good progress. I appreciate your input. See you in the next meeting.
Those small sentences make a big difference in how people remember you.
Definitely, because how you end a meeting often shapes how others feel about working with you.
Writing a follow-up email. Now, there's one more step that many English learners forget: following up.
Yes, after a meeting, it's common to send a follow-up email to confirm what was discussed.
For example, subject, follow-up, marketing meeting, summary. Hi, team. Thanks for your time today. Here's a quick summary of what we agreed on. Elisa will prepare the video concept by Tuesday. Raj will share the engagement data. Review meeting next Thursday at 10 a.m. Let me know if I missed anything. Best, Nico.
That's short, clear, and polite. It helps everyone stay organized and avoids confusion later.
And it also makes you look professional and reliable, qualities every company values. Phrases for following up in vocabulary.
I like touch base. It's very natural and sounds like something native speakers say all of the time.
Yeah, it's one of those idiomatic phrases that make you sound fluent. It simply means to contact or follow up.
Like, I'll touch base with you after the presentation.
Exactly. A2, B2 level review.
Let's do a quick speaking practice. I'll say a situation, and you think of how to close it politely.
Okay.
You're in a meeting that just finished deciding on next month's targets. How do you close it?
I'd say, all right, thanks everyone for your input. To summarize, we agreed to set the new sales target at 50K. Let's meet again next Friday to review progress.
Perfect. Clear summary, plus next step, plus polite closing. That's how fluent professionals end meetings naturally.
Final tips for fluent meeting closings. Let's finish this episode with a few quick reminders.
1. Always summarize decisions clearly. No one likes confusion later. 2.
Assign next steps and use names. It keeps everyone accountable. 3. Use friendly but confident closings. Not too formal, not too casual. 4. Send a follow-up email to confirm. It shows you're professional and organized.
Well said. And remember, fluency isn't about big words. It's about clarity, tone, and confidence.
Exactly. Practice these expressions, use them in your real meetings, and you'll sound more natural and professional every time.
All right, that's all for today's episode.
Thanks for listening to Fluent English for Business Meetings.
Don't forget to review the phrases from each section and practice with a partner or colleague.
See you next time, and until then, stay confident and keep speaking English.